Hi, welcome to the functional movement class. We're going to hit every muscle group in the body in 3 dimensions. And what that means is the muscles are going to be turned on and stimulated to move how they're designed to move in 3 dimensions. That is the sagittal plane, the frontal plane, and the transverse plane. So first things first, let's get the mid part of the back warmed up. Rotating in the transverse plane, and letting my hips move, letting my arms move nice and gently, and I'm keeping my head still. You can turn your head all the way either side as well. With the hips, I'm aiming to get them to go as far towards that wall and to that wall as possible, whilst keeping my foot firmly on the ground and lifting the other one. So if I turn left, my left foot stays on the ground. If I turn right, my right foot stays on the ground. That's internal rotation of the hips. Now we're going to work on more external rotation. So if I turn left, my left foot actually points up towards the ceiling and my right knee bends. If I turn right, the opposite happens. Okay, what I'm looking for there is about 30 seconds to a minute in each movement. So moving on from that, we're going to get the arms going. This will also start to rotate the upper back as well. So I'm going to take a hand out in front of me and behind me. I'm turning my palm up at the front and I'm turning my palm up behind me as well. So it actually looks a little like this. Up behind, up at front. And I'm reaching forward as far as I can, trying to get more of a twist into the back, more rotation. My knees, I'm getting a little bend in my knees as well. This starts getting the ankles warmed up, it starts getting the knees warmed up, it gets the butt working. Now I want to stretch the tricep. So take the arm up in front of you and go in between your shoulder blades, really driving that arm up as far as it can go. Still remembering to get the other arm up behind you. Getting a stretch in the tricep and bicep. You can go through those movements 20 times on either side to make sure your shoulders are really warmed up. Now we're going to move down to some other muscles. This is the big chest muscle here. It's called the pecs. Take a big step forward with the right foot. Take the right hand back up towards the ceiling. And then I'm stretching through my bicep, through my pecs, through my obliques, and through my hip. Good. And then come back. So build on this movement. And the way we're going to build on this movement is by stepping back and getting a stretch into the hamstrings. So it's doubling up. So here's my step forward. There's the arm going back. Now I'm going to step backwards, keep a lordosis, so like a little curve in my lower back. I'm reaching down towards the knee or the foot or the ankle with both hands. So stepping forward and then back. Stepping forward and back. So it's right chest, left hamstring. Right chest, left hamstring. Good. You repeat that on the other side as well. So moving forward from there, we've got the chest and then we've got the abdominals. When I stretch those abdominals, I'll just take a big step forward and that will open up my right side here, my left leg going forward. And I take both hands above my head and then lean slightly to the left. It's going to open up this right side. So I'm stepping through there. Hands going to the ceiling, then slightly to the left. Hands going to the ceiling, slightly to the left. Again, I want to double this up, make it a little bit more efficient. So before we just step back and we're reaching down towards the leg. But this time what we're going to do is we're going to step back and we're going to rotate. So that looks like this. I'm stepping forward with my left leg, stretching the abdominals on my right side. I'm stepping back now with my left leg. I'm going to take my left hand down towards my shin and this hand up towards the ceiling. So it's a fluid, dynamic movement, putting some rotation into the pelvis. Okay, so that's the sagittal plane. We're not quite finished with that yet, but we're going to move to the frontal plane just to mix things up slightly. We're going to do the inside of the hip and the outside of the hip. So imagine you've got, if you've got 0 degrees out to the left here, 90 degrees is in front, I want you to step 45 degrees. So stepping out 45 degrees, nice wide step out to the side. And this is going to start getting stretched on the inside of my right leg. taking my left hand up towards the ceiling. This hand is really reaching up, and that is, as I reach up here, I'm lowering down here. And lastly, this hand comes across, and as this hand comes across, it starts to wind up and twist through the front part of my hip, getting extra stretch. So, hand up and across, hand up and across. But we're going to double up there. We're going to step across with the left leg now to get a stretch on the outside of my right hip. Take this hand up towards the ceiling and move this one across, really pushing my hips out towards the right. So it goes from here, left hand up and across, to right hand up and across. That's it. So that will count as one movement. Again, 10 is a good number to aim for. Repeat onto the other side. So we've done the sagittal plane and the frontal plane. We've done a lot of the transverse plane. We want to come back now to the frontal plane because we've got the hip flexor to do. So what that looks like is I'm going to do my right hip flexor. I'm going to step forward and take my right hand up. This opens up through this right chain. It's really targeting the front of the hip. Then I want to twist just a little bit. I'm going to get that left hand to come through. So I'm both hands going out, up, and out at the same time, twisting through here. Okay, from the side. We also want to double that up, make it a little bit more efficient. So we've gone back with the leg to get the hamstrings. We've done that twice. But now we're going to go back at 45 degrees. And that's because the hamstrings do more than just the sagittal plane. They do some rotation as well. So we go back at 45 degrees, lift that toe up, and take the hands down towards the legs. So we're looking like this. Hand up, across, back 45 degrees. Across, back 45 degrees. From the side. Again, you repeat that about 10 times, both sides. We have the lat muscle, big lat muscle through here, through the arm. And that muscle, to stretch it, we would go across in the sagittal plane, in the frontal plane. We would bend slightly in the sagittal plane, keeping it straight back, because that's going to stretch it a touch more. And then we twist the hand. I personally find twisting the hand down is a little bit more effective. So take a big step forward with the left leg. Raise the right hand up. Lean to the left. Bend forward, twist that hand down, and you'll feel a big stretch going through that latissimus. Come back and repeat. Pointing that hand down and twisting, spiraling through the hand. You can try and point it up as well. See which one gives you more stretch. So we also want to work on the rotator cuff. I'm going to do that by using this wall next to me. So I put my right hand on the wall, take my right leg back. Got a good stretch through my bottom of the shoulder. Now taking this hand through here and rotating. I'm also going to twist my hand slightly, turn it inwards just a little bit. And that way I've preloaded that rotator cuff. I'm coming up through here as much as I can, doing quite a fast dynamic movement, and really getting a good stretch through all that shoulder musculature. So, summarizing, you've done the neck, shoulders, chest, lats, abdominals, hips, hamstrings. Now we need to get down into the ankle as well. So the ankle, what we're going to do is we're actually going to stretch it in a sort of bending movement like this. I'm breaking at my hip, bending at my knee. I'm taking my foot forward, and we're going to do round the clock. So if this is 12 o'clock in front of me, I'm actually going to cross the midline to go to 11 o'clock. So I go forward to 11 o'clock, come back, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, then I'm opening the hips up, I'm going down at 5 o'clock, and I come back, and I repeat. So 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I'm just going to do that facing the side, but I'm going to use my other leg. So on this side I'll go through to 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Good. Now we've done a quick stretch for most of the major muscle groups, right from the neck down to the toes.